This is a bit different for me because normally I'm sat at home on the computer doing videos, so I've got in front of you all today. We'll kind of be anyway because it's anti-bullying week, and bullying is something that's very dear in my heart, and I feel very strongly against it because I've gone through it myself. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff that I've gone through myself that I may not even spoke out to my best friend before about, so we're all kind of going to hear it together. For me, it kind of started, I was always a little bit different growing up, different skin colour. I was, maybe a little bit more feminine than the rest of the kids. Say about age 8, that's when I kind of discovered what bullying was and how I felt as a person. It was, well, we're not playing with the brown kid. Why are we inviting him? He's a girl. No, he's not playing football with him. Or just lash him in goal, or just beat the ball at him. Stuff like that. And at the time, it was like, okay, I'm going to go along with it because everyone wants to play with me. But at the time, it didn't feel nice. It wasn't nice to, to be called the brown boy, or to get the ball kicked at me, or when the ball went under the car, or you'll get it. It's the brown one. You'll get it. Stuff like that. I put a front on. As a kid, I didn't let anyone see that I was humble or I felt like that. I'd always just smile. I'd be like, hiya, you okay? Go knock on the door again. And they'd probably be at the door going, oh my God, it's that Calvin again. Stuff like that. I'd go home and I'd cry. I wouldn't even let my mum know. I wouldn't let my brother know. I wouldn't let anyone know. I kept it all in to myself. In school, it still happened anyway. I remember playtime for me was the worst time because it was, who's going to play with me? No one's going to play with me. And then as soon as that bell went, sometimes I'd even be naughty actually, so I'd say and do lines. I'd rather do lines than goals in the yard. And I remember there was this one boy, I'm not going to mention his name or anything, but as soon as that bell went, I had to run. Like, I'd have to run because he'd come running for me. And he just boot me. I don't know why, but he just enjoyed booting me. And, I'd take the floor. Well, I was always a camp child, and I'd jump up and be like, I'm still standing. And then I'd run again, and like, he's going to get me again. So I'm at school. But yeah, and I'd be like, he's going to come and get me again. And it carried on. Going to secondary school, I was a bit more excited to go to secondary school because my older brother was there, and I thought, we'll have to meet and it'll be fine. No. Secondary school was the worst time of my life. Growing up as a kid, that's meant to be the best time of your life, doing things and whatnot. It was a constant battle for me. I had to constantly stand up for myself. It was around the time of, it was 2011 when I started secondary school, and it was around the time of, the Twin Towers and everyone was a terrorist, and again, I was brown, so you must be a terrorist, and that's what I got constantly. And, at first, it's funny at first, isn't it? But when it's constant, it's like, this is just getting a bit too much. And then it was also, I went to an all-boys school, so there was all, like, more boys there, and I'm still this little, skipping into school, like a little, with laser fast and being really, really gay like I am. And it's like, where's the gay one? And even like the word, oh, that's so gay. Why are you acting gay? Even stuff like that. I never thought of it then, but it did hurt me, I never knew I was gay at this point, really. But I knew I was different, I didn't know what I was. So, I used to kind of like ask my mum to stay off school, but didn't want to go back to school. And my mum was the type of mum that she said, if she doesn't see chicken pox on your face or she doesn't see sick on the floor, you ain't staying off. That woman's got to go to work, and I basically want to stay here and watch Trisha. But I used to just mash up my breakfast in my mouth. I used to mash it all up, and when she'd go through my spit on the floor, I'd be like, so I got to school. So when I done that, it was nice because I had my time, I had me time. Going back into school, it wasn't nice, even being in the classroom. It was like to me that the teachers kind of turned a blind eye to it. They knew what was going on, but they didn't want to get involved, and think that's kind of their job to do that. Starting in science, I used to have, well, my hair was a little bit like this, but I didn't know what products was at the time, so it was like, and people used to put chew in my hair, and I used to go home and I used to have cut chew out my hair nearly once a week, cutting chew out my hair. Should be going home doing my homework, I should be going out to play with everyone, but no, I was going home and doing doing stuff like that that I didn't want to do. And I remember one time it got to a point when I got home and I went, I can't do this anymore. I can't go back to school. No one knows what I'm going through. I'm struggling with it myself. I'm going through it myself, and I can't tell anyone because I don't want to feel weak. I don't want people to know the struggle that I'm going through because they're just going to laugh at me and think, oh, well, stand up for yourself. You know, what my mum always used to say to me was, if someone hits you, hit them back. I think that's the wrong way to go about it, so I won't be bringing my child up like that. So yeah, this one time I went home and I said to myself, you know, it's got to a point now, it's really bad. And I went into the kitchen and I knew where the medicine cupboard was, and there was lots of paracetamol upstairs, so I went upstairs, sat upstairs with them, and I went to take them. But then something came over me, and I didn't even take one. Like, something came over me and said, no, this is not what's going to happen with you. This isn't your life. Your life's not planned out to be like this. It's going to get better. You just need to get through it. So I got with my instincts and I went downstairs, put the tablets back, and never told anyone, so they're using it now. You know, and I put them back, and I just kind of went through it again. And I was always challenging with myself, and I was always battling myself because I didn't know who I was as a person. You know, one day I'll be a goth, one day I'll be dressing like Tupac. You know, it was just, I was constantly battling myself, you know, and I didn't really know who I was. You know, you saw brands like, hey, what up? Like, I was pretending to be American, you know, just like, why am I doing that? I think year 10, 11, when I was like 15, that's kind of when I started grasping, you know, when puberty kicks in and all your hormones and whatnot, and I was thinking, you know, I'm gay. Oh no, I can't be gay. You know, and it was, I can't tell anyone, if I told anyone I was gay, I'd rather be dead than tell anyone. And it was really like, it was a lot of pressure on me at the time. And, you know, I felt that pressure, especially, you know, being in an old boys' school, if everyone knew, I'd get bullied even more. But the good thing about my school, they kind of, I think, towards the end, they seen something in me where, you know, I wasn't very academic, and it was more about, like, performing and, you know, skipping down play yards and your little blazer and little tie and whatnot. So they put me into dance, they put me to MD Productions at the time. And I wanted to dance from a young age, but, you know, I thought, can't throw that on the list as well, so I just get bullied for that as well. So they put me into dance at the age of 15, and to be honest with you, it was the best thing the school's ever done for me. You know, I went there, and for me, dance was a way to express myself. As soon as I went into that room, and that door closed, and we were all in there dancing together, we were all kind of one. My problems and everything else was left outside, so I'd be dead happy when I was dancing. But then when I come outside, I go back to school, it all happened again. And I never ever spoke out about anything of me being bullied, you know, about the times that I went through. The only time that I really started speaking out about bullying was about 2 years ago. And since then, I've completely found myself as a person and my inner self as well. And, you know, to be honest with you, if there was someone in this room right now going, oh, I hate that Calvin, it honestly wouldn't bother me. Because as long as I know that I love myself as a person and that my good friends around me love me, that's all that matters. But what I'm trying to get to is, if I would have spoke out about bullying from a young age, God knows what it would have been like now. I probably would have taken up even like 9-inch heels or something like that, you know. You know, it's just about speaking out. I think that's the main thing. I think a lot of people nowadays are scared to speak out about bullying, you know, because you don't want to feel like that. You know, you think I get bullied as it is, and I don't want to seem weak. I don't want anyone else to see my weakness or to see, you know, basically I just see me being weak. So since I've spoke out about it, I've felt so much better with myself. Like all the anger and all the hate and everything inside me, that's now gone. Like I don't look like everything from the past. You know, I can see people who used to bully me as a kid down the streets, and they're like, hey, Calvin, you okay? You know, I'm like, oh, what's your name again? You know, I'm like, you know my name, I don't know your name. So I think I just feel like a lot more better myself. I think a lot of people now need to speak out about it. And as well, the message is, it gets better. Like, you know,